T3, gonna go T3, gonna go T3, gonna go T3 the cheapest whatever guy. Oh wow, they said sell it. 2,450 and I'm selling it.
2,450 for a Jag XE, 16 plate.
Well played.
Wow. Cheapest Jag XE you'll ever see. By a long way. Now before we get down to today's auction video, just a very quick shout out to today's sponsor, our good friends at Topdon and their brilliant JS2000 boost packs. Now this boost pack is capable of powering up to a 4-litre diesel engine. It'll get it up and running in a matter of seconds with its brilliant 2000 amp capacity. It's super lightweight and portable and packs a mighty punch. In fact, it can start the average car 35 times on a full battery. It's really straightforward to use. Simply plug those jump leads in, press that boost button and you can have any vehicle up and running in a matter of seconds. But it doesn't end there because it's also a power bank, so you can power DC electric from it, can run mobile phones through the USB ports, and has a built-in torch for convenience. I cannot recommend these machines enough. We use ours every single day. We've had this one now for nearly 18 months and it's been absolutely hammered by us. Started up probably hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 or so cars, and it's never missed a beat. And for the price point, it is unbelievable value, and it gets better because it's currently back on promotion. Usually retailing at $74.99, which is a fraction of its rivals cost anyway. It's going down cheaper with our great offer. You can get hold of one of these JS2000 jump packs now for as little as £63 and a few pence by using the promo code SIZZLE15 in the link description. You can click on that link and get hold of one of yours today. And finally, if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, they also do the smaller JS1500 version. Again, still capable of powering up to a 3-litre diesel engine. This little jump pack packs a mighty punch and is also back on promotion, and you can pick these up for as little as £50 and 99 pence. However, I must point out that the JS1500 is being phased out, so once they are gone, they are gone. There is literally only a few hundred of these left, and they're not going to be back on promotion again, I'm afraid. So make sure if you're going to be getting hold of one of these, get it now. They're only available from the 15th of July to the 22nd of July, so you've got less than a week now to get hold of yours. Make sure you get in early because they sell out very, very quick. Make sure you use our links, please, because they are the correct links where you're going to get your warranties from, and of course you're getting the best possible price anyway. So check out those links in the description and get hold of one of yours today. Good morning all, welcome back to Car UK and to here at G3 Motor Auctions, where today I'm trying to buy some stock, in need of some stock desperately. So we'll come down to the lovely G3 Motor Auction here in Castleford in the lovely Yorkshire to try and hopefully win a few cars today. Now we're in here already, we're going to have a look round just in a second and then get straight into the auction and buy some stock. So what is it today that I'm really after? Well, I'll tell you what I'm not after today. I don't really want any cars that need any paint because I've got my paint man off for the next couple of weeks, and I'm also backed up as well with a few cars needing paint, so I definitely don't want any paint vehicles at the moment. I'm also trying to avoid any white cars at the moment as well because I've got a few of them already and I'm starting to look a little bit too bland and vanilla on the pitch, so I'm not buying any white cars today, unless they're very cheap, so I'm already creeping on my boundaries. Don't want anything too silly either. We're not looking for anything sort of big lumpy things today. Maybe just keep sort of your bread and butter stuff like your Fiestas and your Corsas, maybe some other bits like Astra-sized Focuses maybe. I've seen a few Leons and Audis as well. Might be able to maybe have a go at one of those today. If we can come away with one, I'd be happy, but if we come away with 3 or 4, I won't be bothered either because we do need a few cars. Like you say, we've had a good few weeks. It's picked up a little bit. I won't say we're on fire, but it's picked up. So we do need to try and replenish him. And that's why we're here. So anyway, let's have a look around, see what's in, and then we'll get straight into the auction hall and try and buy some cars. Now this on paper looks cheap, but do a dare. 1 litre EcoBoost. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm brave enough. It's not mileage, he's only done 86 on a 13, which isn't too bad. But you just never know. You just never know, and if it needs your belt doing on it, it's like, I mean, I get them done for about 800 quid now, and they come down quite a bit to have the belts done. It's a horrendous job to do, but most of them need belts doing, and that's assuming most of them aren't damaged anyway because of bad oil consumption or something. They can knacker them up, but so you just prefer a 1.25 petrol. We'll see what it does anyway, but it is very cheap on paper. But I'm not sure if I'm in that brave mood today. Scirocco, 140,000 diesel, a bit milagey really. But I want to try and buy and sell these. They're starting to come under £5 now retail. But you have to buy them with a bit of miles on, usually diesels. But I'd say 140 is a bit high, isn't it, really? There's always a market for stuff like this, but there's a lot of risk involved. Ding down there as well. perfect example of a car that looks good online, but when you actually see it in the flesh, it's not so good. So I have this marked down, but obviously probably won't be buying this. In red, really faded. Yes, it'll probably come back, but it needs paint as well, wing and stuff. So then you've got to try and paint it, buff it all up, make it match. It won't work. It just will not work. It will end up looking a right quilt of a car. Shame really, because it's one former keeper. It's a 1.6 petrol, which I quite like, and the good sellers of theirs. But it's just horrendous. They've looked after smashed bloody wing mirror on it. It's got scratches in the door. It's just faded to hell, and you just can't guarantee it's all going to come back. It looks like it's had paint up here. There's a line there which been messed. No, I know. I can see runs on the tailgate. What a shame, because that's the sort of stuff that I want to buy. Proper bread and butter stuff. I can flog these all the time if we can get them in, but it's just very difficult to buy them because loads of them abused. Obviously, they're just big family buses. But yeah, that's not one for us, I'm afraid. It's a shame because I had that marked down. Here's an interesting one towards the end. I've never managed to buy one of these, but they are extremely good value, or low cheap, should we say, to buy on paper. Maybe there's a reason for that. MG3, 64 plate, bright orange. This is an this is a snapback car, so it's been took off a finance company, or finance companies took it off an individual for non-payment probably, or they've handed it back, voluntary termination maybe. It's got engine running okay. Oh dear, it's got a few marks on it, engine light on, stuff like that. It's a shame really, because it's only booking at about 1,500 quid. Probably would do even less than that. Just going to show you the side. I've never driven one of these, which is odd, because I've driven a few of the MGs, late ones that come back out again, but not these. And I've been looking at them, but I've heard bad news about the petrol engines, these 1.5 petrols, timing chain issues and stuff like that, which is what I suspect with that engine light on this and noises it's suggesting on the report. But this has probably got an issue with it, which might be the reason why it's been handed back to the finance company. Maybe it's gone bumping or gone wrong, and the guys decided, no, not paying that anymore. These things can happen, so we'll see what it does, but I don't think that's going to do a lot of money, and I don't think I'm brave enough today to start buying a car that might need an engine or a timing chain in it. Yeah, nice lay-on. 1.6 diesel, which isn't too bad an engine. Can suffer a few little bits, turbo faults, stuff like that, but it's not a horrendous engine. Injectors as well. I've seen a few with injector problems. They're quite common. Done 59,000 miles, which is good, but probably isn't good for me, because for me, I'll be better off trying to buy it with 90,000 miles on, and it'll be about 800-900 quid cheaper to buy. Got a retail of 4.5 grand on it, that has, on a 12 plate, and that's purely down to the fact of the mileage. You could knock 1,000 quid off that if it was on 80-90,000 miles on a retail. Be a bit of competition for that, and I probably won't be able to buy it. But it's the sort of thing I like buying. These Leons are really good news, petrols or diesels. They're just great cars, and I think they're better than the Golf. I think they're just, for me, as sellers, they are better. Particularly this era. Later Golfs would be picked up a bit and a bit nicer, but I don't know, just between 08 and 12, 13 play, I just think the Leons are a better option. They do seem to have less things go wrong with them, even though they're built on a similar sort of body and similar parts, but I seem to work less on them. Get less grief. Engines are all the same, obviously. There are not too many bad choices of engines. Maybe one of the petrol 1.2 TFSIs can be a bit temperamental with chains, but the diesels are usually quite reliable, and the standard 1.6 petrol was a decent unit for what it was. But we'll have a go at that. I'm not hopeful, to be honest. This is an interesting one. The old Nissan L Grand. I think it's L Grand it's pronounced. Anyway, import, obviously. Big daft thing. Not much information on it, I'm afraid. One former keeper, done 127 foul. Got a copy of a logbook, and that's pretty much all we know. It's a 3.5 litre petrol. They're very economical. They are very well white, these things. Obviously nothing I'm going to buy. No, not my cup of tea at all. But they get turned into like sort of day vans and stuff like that. This one's got blinds in the back, so we can't see what's going on. Lovely blinds though. Oh, hang on, we're up the back there. I've still got the seats in. Sometimes you see them with seats ripped out. Very good little VIP bus though. But they're expensive to run. Even got remotes stuck in the seat, you can quite see them built into it. Sort of car you want to be driven in, not sort of drive, in my view. Well, no idea what it's going to do. They just vary completely. There'll be guys out there who deal in these, probably know a lot more than I do on them. But we'll see what it does, because they're very interesting things to see. Cheap range, anyone? 12 plate Range Rover Sport. Done 91,000 miles. See what these are doing now? probably doing half what it was doing 18 months ago. They've come down and crashed very heavily. It's SDV6. It's got the, well, they ran the the 3 litre this is till about 09 to 12, and then on 12 they changed it again slightly to SDV6. Basically become a bit more fuel efficient. Still unreliable though, as in they can blow cranks and stuff. There we go. Nice thing, I know. HSE in white, class colour for it. Does suit it. Cap clean 4.7, retail 7. God, that'd have been, like I said, it'd been 13 grand. Not 15, 16 months ago that would have been retailing at. There we go anyway. Well, the world has changed. We'll see what it does anyway. It's a nice thing. Doesn't need any paint. I'm not going to buy it obviously because I'm not that brave. But I do like to see what they do. I've just got rid of the wife's one, which I got about 3.5 grand for on a template privately. A bit more miles on than this, so I can't see this being that sort of money. I definitely would buy it with 3.5 grand, but I can't see that. More likely be 4.5 maybe. We'll see. Right, the auction's about to start. I'll get myself in position in a minute. Obviously it's 2 lanes today, guys, so bear that in mind. I will try my best to film everything, but it is difficult, and obviously there's a lot of noise coming from each lane as well, so I'll try my best to drown out what I can. There's quite a bit in today. There's about 250 cars, maybe just touch more than that. I'll try my best to try and win 1 or 2 bits, is what I'm after. But I'll be honest with you, even though there's a lot of cars here, there isn't a lot I've picked out for myself. Everything I look at is either got something wrong with it or it's a lot of paint. I'm trying to avoid that at the moment, so I'm just going to try and buy stuff that doesn't look like it needs too much work, doesn't need too much paint, and if I have to pay a little bit more for that privilege, I will do. But I will like to come away with at least 1 today, ideally 2. But we'll see how we go. So we'll get ourselves in position now and see what we can buy, and also check out any interesting things that come through the hall. So let's get ourselves in position.
Yeah.
303, just Jumpack, 87 miles, 3-door front. The finance house, 3-door, right to right back, where you're going to be. Capping at 2.5. Who's got the 15 back car? It's not going nowhere, blessing it. We got 15. Keep me up. You can online, fine. 15 I've got. What kind of fun around up into the line? 15 I've got. 15 16 net, 17 net, back online, 17 to 18 bit. What kind of links around up into the line? 18. At 18 I've got 19, 2, online 2 caravan with online with the G-Tech, and a couple of grand, not here, already. 2 caravan with online, 2 they've got, and we're selling. 2 caravan with online, we're sold away. 3-door Fiesta at 2 grand once, sold twice, at 2. That's online. 2020, thank you. Cool set, 8600 miles only, couple of through here, 3-door, good start comes on today on it, good start car. Have you got 500 man for that car? For the call set? 5, leaves in. 500 man I've got. 4,500 man bid. In the hall of 500 man across the me now, 500 man I've got. There at 5, 50. 550 bid, 6 bid, at the back at 6, 600 man, in the hall with Lee, 600 man, 50, 650 I've got, 70 bid, at the back at 7, your 10 Barry, 70 bid, 15, 8 bid, Lee, 800 man I've got, at the back at 7 with Lee now, 800 man bid once, bid twice, got it, Lee, that's yours, 2010, thank you. Now the in the hall for your 1 307 full time in the direct provider's house. Show 109, simple along, good service history, they just look great value now, don't they? Have we got a couple of grand for that car? Yeah. Next is Johnny. Have we got a couple of grand? If not, what have we got? Again, drop the value, 20 grand, 4 grand, so where we go again? 4 bit.
It's cheap on paper this, but it's a bit battered. A lot of dents.
1,500 pound we've got online. What a cheap box. Over half foot. What are you half foot? So what you look at this, 16 I've got, 17 bit, 18 bit, 19 bit, afternoon drinks, selling at that. 1,900 pound bids online, 19 bit. Test for Oscar and Bender with history. 19 bids online, selling 19 bit. Fair warning all, you're going to miss it. 19 bids online, sold one. Price, 1,900 pounds. Sold away. Cheap bid,
very cheap.
C250, that's what comes in.
Quite a lot of work.
2 diesel, what a time, that is. Services 3, V5, tested whilst this month, where did we for that? Got 2.5 hours in the end, looking like that. 2 5 away, 2 6 in the hole, 2 7 bid, 2 8 bid, 2 9 bid, 3 grand bid, 31. 31 now we're 3,100 bid. There at 31 and we're selling it. 3,100 bid down for now at 31 the video all done. 22, fresh money, 50, 3250 bid, all the minute. 3250 down from now, 3253, back of the bank, 33, 50, 3350 I've got. Finding another one, look like that gents. 3350 bid down from sold once, twice, fair warning, 3350. Outright 2036. The magnet is
very poorly mastered. Does not sound well. Does not sound well. And wants rock of paint.
Test for this one. We're going to be with that. Start the way, clean is 35.
I can see an online bidder on this.
We've got 15 for it. 17 diesel. 12 around gun. Online, look at the mileage. 71,000 miles. 12 around with the line, 12 around with 13 bit. Online 13, 14, 15 takes around. 1 down 5 around with the line, 15 I've got. Online, that I can it. 15 minutes, 1 16 minutes back online. 16 minutes online, we'll submit that. 16 I've got online with one. Twice, that's 16. NG, that's you. Now clear. Here's an
Not a good car, that.
Media now. Normally good news can't go through this. Normally good news can't.
I've got one of these already in petrol. Still at paint for the moment, so I don't think I'll buy the second one.
15 there. 15 back online, 1,500 15 minutes online.
Cheap though.
16 online. 16 minutes net. Online 16 to 15. 17 online. Thank you. 17 minutes online and we sell. At 17 minutes online we sold one. To be quick, twice. That's 17. Online.
That was a cheap car.
14. On 16, the Baleno. 3.
Don't see many of these in the auction. Suzuki Baleno. That bumper's been painted by me by the looks of it. Doesn't match at all.
What is there to dislike about that car? Nothing is the answer to that question. Well, actually, 3 grand. Starting on 26 I've got. 27 bid Hull. 27 to 8 bid net. 29 bid Hull. 3 grand net. 3,000 round bids online. 3,000 round I've got. Online now. 3,000 round bids online bid 1. 31. 32 net. 3,002 I've got. Very good net. 3,000 to the round up bids online. 32 bid. Online 3,000 to the round you all done there. At 32 bids online sold. Fair warning once. Twice. At 32. Bang on the money here. Thank you. On a 16,
500X. 1.4 petrol, nearly got 1,000 miles on it on a 1.4 petrol. Someone's racked up some miles on that.
It's a modern looking car, not a lot of money.
Yeah, agree with that. Don't think it's really retailable with 140 up a petrol engine and a Fiat. I like a Fiat, but I'm not that brave.
11 I've got the back. 11 bit, very fat car, 12, 13, online 13, 500X. One down the 3 grand with the line of 13 I've got. What a cheap lot. At 13,
Cheap car, throw the wife in.
14, online 14 mid, on his walk-in 15. Back online then, 1,500 grand with the line of 15 I've got. It's hot, cool. Look at that. 15 mid, online, bid 1, bid 2, back 15. You'll stay with the vision on the LBN. Thank you. Now 16 bid. There is 16 mid, 16 mid to the back of 16 bid. You can't really shoot 17 there, 18 back of the back, 18 I've got with Jane. 1,000 to the back of my left bid 1, twice, there 1 in, at 18. Well, Jane, provisional for now, I think now I've got.
Caught that late.
24 to 4, thank you. Trying to focus, seats gas, good colour. Good colour, nice bit of seats gas. 95,000 miles only, great service history though. Great service history now. Great service history.
Not a great engine.
MOT from March, couple of keys. Where's the bit? On a 13, your bit. Starting. Have you got a grand? Got a grand, hasn't it? Not coming left. Grand online. 11 bit, 12 bit, 13 bit. On sale. 14 bit. 1,040 round bids online. 14 I've got. Online 1,040 round bids online. 14 you've got one more. At 14 I'm bid. Next me 1,040 round you all done. At 14 bids online you all done. 14 bid once. Twice. Fair warning. At 14. Online. Cheap car. Try the cash guy, enter. Do I do? 2058, thank you. Wow.
This old gem. Nine free aero. 2
litre petrol auto. Probably a low pressure turbo one.
1327, you will not find another Saab like that with those miles. 27,000 miles, an MOT, service history, with a ticket, company V5, 2 owners only. We think it was Dr. Owen as well, 57.
Dr. Owen.
Could be a modern classic then. Where do we?
Owned by the GP.
2 grand. That's the way to do it, sir. 2,000 men I've got in all. 2,000 men in all, and 2 grand I've got. It's probably the only one in circulation that miles.
27,000 miles.
22 on sale. 22, 23, 24, 2,400 men.
You like I said, you'll never see one of those again. Not with 27,000 on.
2,400 men. 24 and sold one. Do it quick, Tim. Sold twice. 24. Average 2027.
Wow. You'll never see one of those again.
Focus, DP Pack Blue, best colour for Focus products, Heater 84,000 miles, nice with
Really nice Focus, but again, 1 litre eco boom.
Keep me away, wait for me then. Capping at 33. Have you got 2 grand? It's got to be 2 grand, isn't it?
So
Heater 10,
tempting.
back shade.
Wants a bit of paint though.
2,000 man, full money, 2,000 man, it's all 2 I've got. 2,000 man, 2 1, 2 big, 2 big, 3 big, 2 4 in all. 2,040 man, back indoors now, 2 4 big. Knock you online, 2 5 there, 2 6 in all. 2 6 I've got. All the now, 2 6, that's knock you online. 2 7 big there. Thank you, we're selling it. 50 you can, 2 3 quarters big, back in the middle, your turn, Tim. 2 8, drone field, thank you. 2,800 men online and sold 1. Sold 5, 28. Drone field, 14, that's yours.
Lovely car.
Charlie clear.
See that coming in next, see what that does. Really nice thing. I'd like to buy it.
Lot 330, the Leon Cooper. Another lovely mileage car for you. 59,000 miles. Diesel, V5, good ticket, cracking to Jackson, and service history. Again, we'll make it nice and easy. It's a couple of grand to start, it's not coming for less than that. We've got 2. Can't make it cheaper than that. 59,000 miles, you've got 5 2. Thank you. 2 I've got. 2,000 2 1, 21 bid, 2 2. Find another one. 22 on sale, 2 3, 2 4 fresh money, 50 lean, 2 4 50 rapidly now, 2 4 50 bid, 8 out. 2,450 bids and all there. At 2 4 50 bid, 2 5. Thank you. 2 5 I've got. There, 2,500 man bids on the left of 2 5 ones. Twice, 25 bid. And right is your number.
Nearly.
2014, thank you.
This is a shame. Lovely clean car. Looks like it's been looked after. But it's 156,000.
331, the Fabian.
Shame.
Done the mark very, very well. Great, good colour one, good colour.
Probably still a shilling in it.
Good colour. Where are you going to be with that? Start your way. Every estate car above 200 grand in it. Wait. 2. Thank you. 200 grand I've got. 300 grand in. 300 grand on the line. 300 grand 4, 5. 500 grand in. 500 grand now 500 there. 500 it's not you, Barry, it's down front. 500 grand in down front now 500 grand I've got. There at 500 grand in the hall at 5. Knock you online. 50. 550 at the back. 550 bid to the back now at 550 bid. There at 550 with Barry. At 550 bid on my left at 550. On my left. 556. Front row. 6 in the man in front, 6 is there, on sale, 6 in the man, knock you online, selling away once, twice, at 6, your number takes there, ticket for the fees, it's a grand to start mate, not paying less, wakey wakey, get a grand, online at 6,000 man ring, 1,000 man ring, online at 1,000 man, 11 with Lee, 11 with man hall, 11 I've got 12 with net, 12 man 13, back now with 13 bid, look, count the mileage, 13 with an all 13 with 14 bid, online at 1,400 15, back in all at 15 I've got, 4 money 15 I'm selling, 15 bid, in the hall and sold once, do it quick now, we sold twice, last look, last chance, that's yours, 2010.
We've actually purchased some vehicles, would you believe? Early on as well, I'm quite surprised actually. I thought there were more stuff for me towards the back, but there we go. I did, well, I didn't actually look at the Corsa. The Corsa we did buy that Corsa, have to declare, is a category N car. That's why it was a little bit cheaper than it should be. I usually struggle to buy Corsas unless they've got something wrong with them, whether it's mechanical or they're on register. So if that wasn't the register, it probably would have done about 1,300-1,400 quid. But it was obviously a registered Cat N, not a Cat S, so it's light damage compared to more severe Cat S. You never know really, but it looked alright for what it was. And it was saved 800 quid, so that's probably going to be about £1,000 or so, just a touch over out the door. We've just sold one of those recently, a Cat M1. Fair enough, that was a limited edition one. We got 2,700 quid for it straight away, so we should sell that pretty easy. I know that isn't a limited edition one, but I think we probably undersold the other one anyway, so it's probably worth 2,700 quid. And we get loads of people after the courses, and some of them, younger drivers, they don't mind spending £700, £800, £900 less to buy one that's on the register so they can save a bit of money and get the car they want. So they just sell. Obviously there's a few things you've got to worry about on those courses, usual problems and these chains and stuff like that, but I factored that in, I think. So we should be alright with that. It didn't sound too bad. The other one we won as well, the Astra, which I did mark down, but I couldn't find it, so I was trying to find it earlier on to show you pre-auction. Couldn't find the thing. But anyway, came through, it looked clean from the pictures. I did manage to have a quick scout round it, but I didn't really get to see the driver's side too much, just a quick sort of angle. I was going to rush into the auction hall because I was just fell behind with the filming. Anyway, we won that as well. Again, not too dear. It was roughly around 1,500 quid mark. It was what we're booking at, and that's roughly what we're paying for it. Threw a few fees on top. I'm 1,700-1,800 quid. I'm not too fussed about that. That's about right. At that sort of money, £3,500 all day long. And we say we get asked for loads of Astras. Prefer the 1.6 petrol. I don't mind a 1.4, but they just usually throw up a few issues. Particularly again, you're going back to that Corsa-derived engine they use in the 1.4, which can be chain issues, stuff like that. Got to factor that in. Usually stuff like radiator switches, thermostat housings, stuff like that. Usual Vauxhall stuff. Anyway, I'm happy with what I've got. A few other things have been cheap today, I've missed out on, to be fair, so I do need to suckle down, do a bit more research and stuff's coming through. But I'll obviously keep up the filming, see if we win any more. I don't really want too many more if I can help it. Another one, happy with. I don't want to be buying 4 or 5, I don't want to be one of those days. I know you probably would like to see that happen, but I've only got enough space, to be honest. Anyway, so we'll get back in the auction room and see if we can win at least one more and film some more interesting cars.
Here comes the beast.
Now the Alfred looks like a highway star. It's got seats in the back. Like carukchannel. If you've done your homework, you'll see what they've been retailing for these. Start going online, show me kilometres. Alright.
Ignore the screen. It's not a Ford Fiesta.
Pretty sensible, aren't you, isn't it? You mean, you tell me, Jane, you, well, why not? You get all your friends in there. We've got 25, 2 mile online, 2,005 I've got online, 2,6, 7 bid, 2,7 I've got for the highway start at 2,8 bid, back online there, 2,000 increment, 2,9 in the hall, lock you online, £3,000, 31, 1 down, 3,000, 1 down, bids in all, 2 bid there, drop 50, why not? Where are you going to find another one looking like that? 32 bids online at 3,000, 2 down bid, value for me there, 32 bids online, we go once, we're going twice, 32, original for now, thank you Mr. B.
Original.
Adding frame, 79,000 miles, on the 0909, in your come driver. Lock up here, MOT to lane, on the keys, best news of all, it's an automatic. Trolley, it's a couple of grand to start, and not a penny less with a Camry. Double C, good up an insert. We got 2 grand, stop going, thank you, 2 grand I've got. 2,000 man across me now, 2, 1, 2, 3, 23 I've got. Find another one, also a Camry. 2, 3 is in order, 2,000 man I've got. There at 23, 4, online, 25, on, 25 bid. Then with 2,500 bid. 6, online, 2, 6, 7 bid, hall, 2, 7 bid, all money, 2, 7 across the me. Find another one like that, 28 online. 2,000, don't be shy of. 2,000 extra round up is online, 28, 150. 28 bid, online, sold, once, twice, that 28, 50. That was late, 28, 50 to bid. In the hall at 28, 50, ended.
Yep. This old gem.
Online, you can hear
Once upon a time, these were good news.
in the hall, the online.
They're a little bit old hat now.
We're going to get straight back in the sales hall, please, bid it in.
By the way, that Range Rover's on the auction.
348, down, back around for you. Galaxy here, company B5, service history.
4-3 that white Range Rover did. So I mean, you can't film everything.
3 I've got, 4 3 across the wing. 17 Galaxy gear, 3 and we're selling it. 3 now it's 3 I've got now for the 3. Fair warning, Amazon once, selling it twice, 3, outright, 2025.
These things are always cheap. Alpha Mitos, which is basically just a Punto, all glossed up with a dress. Horrible colour, back bumper wants painting. Only booking it between 700 and 1100 quid. Although I have noticed the sill looks a bit damaged down the bottom there. Really is bottom bucket as well. Very badly peppered, wants at least 2 bumpers painting and a sill and a buff over. But it's not a lot of money, is it, for an Alfa Romeo? Wait, is it really an Alfa Romeo? No, not really. Just a bit like I said, it is just a Punto. But Joe public think they're alright, so that's the main thing.
Alpha Vito is a Lusso, 54,000 miles only. And we're going to leave you to see another of them sort of miles. Services, we've got a couple of keys, we're going to do that. Buying the mileage on you, cosmetic you can sort the mileage you've got. Have we got 5 grand for it? It's got to be 5 grand, 54,000 miles. You cannot get any cheaper than that. 500 we've got.
And that is 2057. Money back.
5 grand I've got. Online 5 grand, online 5 grand I've got. 54,000 miles.
Very cheap.
Just won't find
Still
anything
got
like
bloody
that.
paint in the mug.
5 grand bids online for the Lusso, it's a 1.4. 5 grand insurance. 5 grand bids online 6, 7, online 7 bid, 8 bid, online 8, we're moving now. 8 grand bids online for the Lusso, now 8 bid. Online 8, are you all done? Then what you want? Provisioning on twice. Adding, net money.
More looking at the more painting.
The Rexton, the absolute towing machine.
Beast.
7-seater with a V5, tested off February, good history, couple of keys. Couple of keys, where are you going to be with that? Good for the caravan world, isn't it? Towing and that thing. 258. 2005 automatic 7-seater, 2.6, 7 bit, 2.7 online, 2,700 pound is online, 2.7 bit, 2.8 for the Rexton, 15 plate, 2,800 pound back online, 2.8 bit, on sale at 28 bit, bargain today so far, 2,800 pound for staying on there at 28 bit, online and selling away, you're all done. 28 bits online, we sell once, we sell it twice at 2,000, 8 the bit. Value fully back, you know, good value fully, bigger value, X1, X-Drive.
Horse, really.
All the colonies on the service history, on the keys, copy G5, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be with that? Start the way, 15? 15 I've got, 4 bit, 15, 1,500 across me out, 15 bit, 1,500 pound is 16 on lock, 17 bit, middle we'll see, 18 bit, 18 on 11, 18 pound, 19 bit net, 15, 2 grand and 50 bit, you can indeed, 2 grand and 50 all, and selling it, 2 grand and 50 division all, do it quick online, 2 grand and 51, 2015, double C, 20, 46, thank you.
19 back 50 RC. 19.
It is 80,000 miles only. Copy of, sorry, got to be 5, got a good MOT till April. Service history have nothing to like, low owners, couple of keys, all there, isn't it?
Did anyone ever come across
Starting there, you're in. Have you got 2 grand? Your turn online then, what have you got? Wow, I'm talking about I've got 80,000 miles over, 13 bit, 14 bit, good start car, 15 bit, online, 1,500 bits online, 15 bit, is that big? Yes, no? 15 is online, 1,500 VW down at 15 bit, online 1,500 round G at 15 bit, online was submitting, 15, 16 there, back online, back on again then bit, 16 I've got, will be online, happy at 2.5, can't be near that, can it? One down, 6 around with the line, all down. 16 in one. Twice, clean up. Act 16. Net money.
That's cheap. I should have looked at that.
It is a design nav model, so it's not
Remember this one earlier?
and it's only 2 owners.
The old faded
Should do
Severa.
alright. £400 starting.
Could do a bottle of tea cup.
£400, you got £400, they got 4 on me. At £400 you bid. At £400, you got £400, they got 4 on bid. £400 you bid. Maybe we are though. 15, 5. 500 quid. £500 you got £500, they got £500, they got 5 bid.
You can't work out what needs buffing up and what needs painting on it. That's the problem.
At 25. Get him. 5 and a quarter in the hole. 550 back online. He's getting in, look. 550 to the bit. We're on at 550. Ronnie, what are you doing? You keep radio. You keep radio, right? At 550 to the bit. We're online at 550. How dare I? On 560 next money. 1 try 550. Just green mark. Even already back on that.
No. Probably expecting more for on a 13. Number Jag, next year, sport, 2 litre.
Oh, wow, cheap lead.
Gave a little funny noise that did then when he come in.
Goodness me, come and have a look at this, everybody. 16 weight, Jaguar XC. It's the asphalt model. It's capping at nearly, nearly £4 grand. Give us 8 feels of 400 quid.
Doesn't sound right.
I'll be honest. It is the cheapest one I've ever seen in my life. That's still running. 2 grand. You're gonna try it. Cheap it. Cheap out about it, you will not find a cheaper Jaguar in your world than that. T2, T3, don't dilly-dally. T3 bid, T3 bid, T3 bid. The cheapest whatever guy. That's not really going to scare him, but there you go. I don't mind, don't worry. 2, 3, 50 bid. Doesn't scare you. Yeah. 2, 4, 15. Active, 2, 4, 50 bid. Oh wow, they said sell it. 2, 4, 50 and I'm selling it.
2, 4, 50 for a Jag XE, 16 weight.
Well played.
Wow. Cheapest Jag XE you'll ever see. Quite a long way. The last few bits left now, there isn't much left. We'll see what this MG does or what it sounds like when it starts up. So we'll see what they do in a sec. Not much else really to report at the moment, although I have just noticed on this battery pack, worth mentioning, that tickers is a knob. There we go. Who would have thought it?
MG3. I can't really say how good about it. Somebody will like it, somebody somewhere will like it. Good luck finding them. Well, for 500 quid though, I suppose it's good value in it. Is it? It is. 5 bid. 5 bid. 5 bid. Go 5 bid. Nobody will laugh at you if you drive that home, trust me. 5 bid. 50. I would. 6 bid. 600 bid. Go 600 bid. Go 600 bid. I'll ring and ask him, don't worry. 600 bid. Go 650. 650 to the bid, absolute bargain. At 650 to the bid, at 650 oh here we go, 75. 675 on one line, at 675 to bid. That could be the one. I'm going to ring your bid date for you, Chief. At 675 to bid, everybody loves them. At 675 we order. One try 675. Yeah, I'll see what I can do for you.
The Astra SRI does look well in red, doesn't it? Will it be 5, no 113, start away. Start away. Have you got 5 rounds? What have you got? 4 bid. 400 round up into the line, full suspended condition. 400 round bid, 50. So all that. 5 round lead. 5 round bid, 5 round bid, 515, 6 bid, 15, 7 bid, lead. 7 I've got. It's enough to sell. 700 round bid, and all the 7 I've got. 7 bid. 7 bid marks. 12. And 7. Outright 2010.
Well, there we go, guys. Another auction concluded. All over. Very quiet now. Very noisy here just a few minutes ago. It's amazing how quickly everyone disperses. Anyway, I'm going to get myself out of here. Catch you in a few seconds. We'll do a roundup of what I purchased and have a chat about what we've seen today. Okay, so another auction video concluded. Let's do a bit of a roundup about what we've seen today and crucially what have I managed to buy? Well, come away with 3 vehicles, or Vauxhalls today, seems to be in a Vauxhall buying mood. 2 Astras and a Corsa. Start off with one early doors, that was that category N Corsa. Now it did about 800 quid, throw some fees on top of that, we're sitting at just above £1,000. For a 62 plate facelift Corsa. Now, I don't buy many Corsas from auctions, but generally, when I do buy one, there's usually something up with it, either on the register like this one, I bought a couple of that recently, I've done quite well out of, or might need chains and stuff like that, quite rattly. But anything that's really clean, solid things like that, ready to go, you never get anywhere near them at auctions, because obviously Corsa's just really good sellers. However, I managed to get hold of that one, didn't seem too bad either, sounded okay, didn't give me any alarm bells or anything like that, and was priced accordingly. You know, I paid pretty much what you would expect to pay for a car was on the register, category N. You lose about 20 to 30% roughly of its sort of standard cap value. It does vary, but the older the car gets, it doesn't really make too much of a relevance. Main things to make sure of is when we sell it, it's got to be price reflective. No one's going to go and pay top money for a category M1 when they can buy one that's HPI clear. So it has to be priced properly, cheaper basically, in order to sell it. That's how it works. And like I said, a car like that, not on the register, retail probably 2,995. On the register, you could probably knock about 800 quid off that, 22.95. So that'll be the plan with that one. If it comes back in one piece and it's okay and we can go on with it, we'll definitely look to retail that. And in fact, I might even have someone already lined up for that. I've already mentioned it too, who was looking at spending around £2,000 on a Corsa. He's going to might spend a little bit more to get one a few years newer than otherwise he probably would have got for that sort of money. Like I said, he doesn't mind it's on the register. It's only just the first car for his lad. So we'll see how that one goes. I'm pretty confident we might be able to make a shilling out of that one. Other ones, the 2 Astras. We'll start off with the grey. Is it grey or blue? Grey black. I don't know. Anyway, dark coloured Astra, 13 plate. It's in grey. 1.4 petrol, which is quite rare for the Astras. Most of them, well, usually 1.6 petrols or that Astra J later on. A lot of them the 1.4 turbocharged versions, which I don't like to, well, I won't buy, to be honest with you. It's very rare I would ever buy one because they're just not great, to be honest with you. They seem to suffer a lot of faults and issues, so I just keep away from them. But the 1.4 normal aspirated ones, it's just a Vauxhall Corsa engine from the 1.4 Corsa they use. It's perfectly fine, does suffer with chain issues. That one didn't seem too bad. Didn't seem to have any alarm bells ringing for me. It looked all right, very clean car, and didn't need any paint from what I could see either. So I'm pleased with that one. I pretty much give what I was expecting to give for it. It was actually a clean car, 1,900 quid booking. We got it for 15, so we've got it under book. Time to chuck some fees on, it's probably going to be about 17.5, maybe touching £1,800. So I'm pleased with what we paid for it. Retail on it's £36.95, so that's pretty good margin on that one. But you will end up spending a few £100s on it, and also you're going to get it delivered as well. So we'll see how we get on with that one. That looked a really nice thing with good miles on as well. And the other car we won was the red Astra. Now that one had a few more miles on than the grey one. The grey one had about 79k on. The red one's got 117,000 on, so a big jump. I don't usually buy any petrols above 120, and even then they've got to be cheap. But I thought it was okay at that value. It looked a really clean car in red. Didn't have any lack of peel. Wasn't fading. Didn't need any paint from what I could see. I had a quick scout around it. It looked all right. Now, so I think we should be all right with that one. It seemed a decent car. Mileage obviously is a little bit letting it down a little bit, but it's priced accordingly. It was £700. I ain't complaining at that level for a 13 plate Astra J. It, to me, is screaming 2,700 quid all day long. Maybe even a bit less than that. Retail on it suggesting it's 2,995, which I think is a bit rich. But anyway, the point is, there's plenty of margin in that car. But anyhow, I think it's priced sensibly. We should be able to sell that. It's one of those cars where a lot of people probably will be turned away from the mileage because it's just the upper end of really it should be. However, there'll be other people who might want to buy that because they just want a more modern looking car and they're on a budget, and the only way to do that usually is to buy something that's got higher mileage on, for example. I definitely think we've got some confidence in selling that. Don't think it's going to fly out, but I think it will go, and we shall see. Anyway, that's what we've won today, those 3 vehicles. Also, we did have a go at some other few bits and bobs. The one that I was really disappointed on, where I didn't even actually bid on this one, was that little VW up. Never even looked at it. I don't know why. Maybe because it was red, and to be honest with you, some of the red cars I've been having lately have been a right pain to deal with, so I'm trying not to buy too many red cars, although I did buy a red Astra as well. But anyway, the red VW, that was cheap. That was really cheap. It was a base model. Most of them are usually higher spec than that, but you know, I think it's called a take-up, that one, the base model. But it looked a decent car, and I even went back after the auction. I found it, had a quick look round it, and it actually looked really, really nice. It was in good nick, so I really have missed out on that one. It was provisional at 1,600 quid. Was it 1,700 quid, thereabouts? But even so, it was way under book. It was booking about 2.5 grand. Don't know why, didn't seem to have any issues with it. It wasn't misfiring, didn't have any lights on, they had a good report. I just don't know. It's one of those cars where I really look back and think I should have bid on that, I should have bought it, but never mind, that's the way it goes. There was other cars there today, some interesting things. That Saab with 20 odd thousand miles on, you'll never see one of those again. And of course, that talking point from the beginning of the intro, the XE Jag. They have absolutely plummeted in value over the last few years. Obviously with the situation with Jaguar Land Rover, some of these big cars are not liked. Engine issues as well. That 2-litre diesel engine they use is awful in those Jags. Lovely to drive, but reliability is just really questionable. Yeah, they have took a massive hit and they seem to keep on plummeting. That car did sound to me as well, I had a little bit of one or two issues with it. It didn't sound quite right. That's only why it did 2,600 odd quid. However, even clean, it was booking at about 3,600 quid. So, you know, for £3,600 for a Jaguar XE, to me on a 16 plate, wow, what a massive transformation the market's had over the last 12 months. You could have bet your life that would have been at least double that 12 to 18 months ago. But there we go. That's the way things are at the moment. Prices are all over the place. You can get some right good value for money out there. And then some other stuff. I mean, like, we didn't see it in this video, but I'll show you probably in the next one. Some Honda Jazzes that went through. One of them didn't do too well, but some other ones that were rent through the auction. Really old automatic Honda Jazzes. And they're doing like $2.5 grand for an automatic Jazz. I mean, the market is just wild at the moment. Anyway, I think that one wraps this one up for today. I hope you enjoyed this auction video. There is plenty more footage from that auction, and I will make that into another video for you shortly and get it out probably the next week or so. So make sure you check that one out. And of course, we're back at other sales over the next week or so. So where I can, I will do some more filming, get some more auction content out for you in the month of July. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And don't forget as well, anyone who wants one of the jump packs, the JS series, for 2,000 or 1,500, only running from the 15th to the 22nd of July to get your jump pack. Make sure you use that promo code Sizzle15 to get your discount. And if you're after the smaller machine, you need to get it now because literally there is a few hundred left. When they are gone, they are gone. They're never coming back. So you'll only be left for the 2,000. Personally, I'd pay the extra tenner and buy the 2,000. It's a better pack. But there we go. Leave it to you guys to decide which one you want. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.